In the deafening silence of the Atacama Desert, where the quietude presses upon the ears like a palpable weight, the sky unfurled above humanity like a vast sea of silvery ink, seemingly on the verge of collapsing upon us. Standing alone on the observatory terrace, the screen of the mobile telephone in my palm flickered faintly, battery at 1%. The greatest tragedy of modern humanity lies in that slender digital thread connecting us to the world, teetering on the brink of severance. In that moment, gazing at the dimming light of this small, warming piece of metal, a thought sliced through my mind like a blade. Somewhere in the endless darkness above, there might exist beings who cradle immense stars in their palms, harnessing them as batteries. We fret over the depletion of energy in our self-made trinkets, yet in some other corner of the universe, someone could extinguish entire galaxies with the indifference of trampling ants beneath their feet. Humanity's arrogance appears profoundly diminutive before the colossal scale of the universe. We delude ourselves into believing we are the masters of Earth, the conquerors of nature. However, our position in the cosmic hierarchy may not even reach that of ants. Perhaps it is lower still. Ants, at least, comprehend the boundaries of their ecosystem. We remain a species still crawling in the cradle we inhabit, Earth, unable to fully command its energies, perhaps even lingering in the womb-like stage of development. The Soviet scientist Nikolai Kardashev, in 1964, proposed a classification system that, at the time, seemed the ravings of a madman but today carries an eerie resonance of reality. He measured the advancement of civilizations not by warfare, art, or philosophy, but by a single criterion: energy. How much power can a species tame for its survival and expansion? This question echoes as the quintessential summary of existential struggle within the dark labyrinth of the universe. Where does humanity stand on this scale today? The numbers are cold and unrelenting. We have not yet attained even a Type 1 civilization. We flounder at approximately 0.73, a point perilously close to nothingness. Recent studies in 2025 indicate that humanity's energy consumption has risen slightly from about 0.7276, yet it remains anchored at around 0.73, with projections suggesting it may reach 0.749 by the year 2060. The combined might of all our colossal dams, nuclear power stations, wind turbines, and coal mines yield some 18 trillion watts, a mere droplet in the immense ocean that the sun pours upon our heads each second. The sun provides 174 quintillion watts per second, and we capture but 1,000th of that, and only after immense toil. It is as if we sit atop a gold mine yet scavenge crumbs from the ground to sate our hunger, a situation both wretched and comically absurd. According to Kardashev's theory, each 0.1 increment on the scale represents a tenfold increase in energy utilization. To reach Type 1, a true planetary civilization, we must amplify our current power by 10,000 times. Scientists posit that, barring self-annihilation through nuclear war, suffocation in the stifling heat of climate crisis, or burial beneath a falling celestial boulder, crossing this threshold will require at least 100 to 200 years. What does it mean to become a Type 1 civilization? It entails conducting storms like an orchestra, summoning rain where desired, calming hurricanes, and quelling the fiery rage of volcanoes with the press of a button. It means dissipating the destructive tremors of earthquakes deep within the subterranean realms. It involves erecting luminous cities in the abyssal ocean depths where pressure pulverizes bones to dust. The planet ceases to be a master and becomes a possession. Yet, for all this glory, a Type 1 civilization still resembles a child confined within the home. The garden may be accessible, but the end of the street remains unseen. The true terror and/or commence at Type 2, the stellar civilization. Beings at this level do not content themselves with planetary offerings. They turn their gaze to the heavens' colossal fireballs, the stars themselves. Freeman Dyson's renowned and chilling vision comes to mind, constructing an immense shell to completely encase a star, capturing every granule of light, every wave of heat, for their own purposes. The energy a star emits each second equates to 1 billion times that of our current civilization. To a civilization wielding such power, the word impossible holds no meaning. They propel asteroid-sized spacecraft across the galaxy at speeds approaching that of light, rearrange planetary orbits like billiard balls, and even harness the fearsome gravity of black holes as engines to traverse the fabric of the universe. In 2025, observations from Gaia, 2 Mass, and WISE telescopes identified 7 potential Dyson sphere candidates, though high-resolution imaging revealed these to be infrared excesses caused by background galaxies or quasars rather than artificial structures. This discovery raises the possibility of Dyson constructs while leaving it shrouded in mystery, thereby stimulating contemplation of the universe's concealed potentials. Yet, even for these cosmic giants, the speed of light remains a shackle. Traversing a galaxy from one end to the other at light speed would take 100,000 years. Here emerges the Type 3 civilization, the galactic civilization. To them, stars are mere matchsticks. They harvest the energy of billions of stars simultaneously, as in our own Milky Way. They fold the fabric of space and time like paper, leaping from one side of the universe to the other through wormholes in the blink of an eye. Immortality becomes not a biological accident but an engineering choice. Consciousness transforms into energy, flowing infinitely without corporeal form. As in Liu Cixin's dark depictions, they might possess terrifying weapons capable of annihilating an entire dimension, reducing a 3-dimensional world to a 2-dimensional canvas. At Type 4, the boundaries of imagination begin to fracture the universal civilization. For them, the frontier is not a galaxy but the entirety of the observable universe, a vast emptiness spanning 93 billion light-years. They alter the flow of time, strolling the dusty shelves of the past or rewriting the future like scenarios in a script. Physical laws are not immutable edicts but adjustable parameters. They can accelerate the speed of light or nullify gravity. Type 5 propels us into multidimensional reality. If we are confined to 3 dimensions, they dance across 11. Creating universes becomes as routine as sowing seeds in a bowl. The sharp distinction between matter and energy has long dissolved. Type 6 and 7 mark where science yields to the divine. A Type 7 civilization embodies the Creator itself. They forge existence from nothingness, bending causality at will. A single thought births a new universe or dooms an existing one. Such expansions draw from proposals by scientists like Michio Kaku and Robert Zubrin, encompassing multiverse and transcendent beings. Then arises the most heart-wrenching question: if such sublime and immense powers exist, why is everything so silent? Why, when we gaze upward, do we encounter only a darkness that deafens the ears? Enrico Fermi's famous query echoes in the void: where is everybody? Perhaps we are mere ants to them. What human would engage in philosophical discourse with an anthill at their feet? Or worse, the universe might be a dark forest, where every civilization lurks as a silent hunter, and revealing one's presence invites immediate annihilation. In that case, every radio signal and message we broadcast into space is a whistle summoning our executioners. This dark forest theory originates from Liu Cixin's works and explains the absence of signals in SETI efforts. Recent 2025 research proposes quantum communication as a resolution to the Fermi paradox. Extraterrestrial civilizations may communicate covertly via quantum entanglement, evading our detectors. This, alongside the cognitive horizon hypothesis, offers fresh explanations for our inability to detect them. I lifted my head once more. As the chill wind of the Atacama licked my face, the notion struck me that every twinkling star in that infinite darkness could be someone's battery or tomb. We dwell yet in our fragile cocoon at 0.73. The path is long, the obstacles immense. Yet humanity's true greatness lies in recognizing our smallness while daring, or ignorantly, crying out into that vast darkness, "I am here." If we attain one of those stages, what sentiments might we feel gazing back at this small, dust-laden planet? Perhaps then we shall comprehend that the universe's greatest energy resides not in stars or black holes, but in the inexhaustible curiosity that living beings harbor toward the unknown. That curiosity will elevate us to the seats of gods or silence us eternally in the depths of this quiet forest. As the night's keen cold settled upon the Atacama's red soil, the sky felt not merely a landscape but a colossal library poised to collapse upon me. Each star was a book awaiting perusal, though its language had been forgotten. Fermi's famous question, "Where is everybody?" now resonated in my heart not as an inquiry but as an elegy echoing through the universe's void. Perhaps the silence whispers the cosmos's greatest secret. Silence is not absence but the mark of beings already transcended, no longer requiring words or radio waves. As humanity, we are infants yet to master crawling, clinging to the cradle's edge, peering into the dark room with curious eyes. The cold iron bars we touch with our fingers are the boundaries of physical laws, the speed of light, gravity's unyielding stubbornness, time's unidirectional flow. We perceive these as insurmountable walls. Yet to higher civilizations, these walls are blank canvases for drawing. They manipulate the secretive vibrations hidden in matter's depths, transmuting existence into nothingness, reducing distances to the speed of will. Imagine a civilization that no longer requires bread, water, or even the sun for survival. They control the invisible energies woven into the universe's fabric, the dark forces that bind all yet remain unnamed by us, like winding thread. To them, death is not the cessation of a biological engine but a redirection of data flow. Consciousness transmits across galaxies via the mysterious bridges of quantum entanglement in mere seconds. One day drifting like nebulae in Andromeda's chill gas clouds, the next whirling like dancers around the immense black hole at our galaxy's core. Yet this godlike power brings with it a terrifying solitude. If a being knows all, commands all, and can flip the end of time like a book's page, what remains? Desire? Fear? Excitement? No, these emotions are shabby tools forged from the survival instincts of our carbon-based mortals. To them, such feelings are the dusty nostalgia an adult feels for childhood toys. Perhaps that is why the silence persists. There is nothing to converse about with us. Just as a human passing an ant colony does not explain atomic physics to the ants, they observe our primitive struggles, endless wars, petty ambitions, as distant spectators. Or perhaps they observe not at all. We may be an inconspicuous speck of dust amid their grand construction projects. The dark forest theory transforms this silence into a tale of horror, a blood-chilling scenario where every civilization views others as threats to its existence, and silence serves as a safety measure. If true, our feeble signals cast into the heavens are the despairing cry of a blind child in an infinite forest, "I am here," knowing hunters lurk. The sudden extinguishing of certain stars, the unexpected dimming of galaxies, might be the movements of these colossal civilizations annihilating one another or redesigning the cosmos to suit their needs. Converting a galaxy entirely into an energy source would naturally render it invisible from without. Perhaps the universe is not empty, it is merely fully utilized. Where, then, do we stand on this immense chessboard as a fragile civilization at 0.73? Perhaps our true strength lies in possessing nothing yet. Our power resides in the pure, untainted curiosity of that not knowing the state. One day, perhaps millennia hence, our descendants will construct those famed Dyson spheres, employing stars as batteries. Perhaps they will discard flesh to become beings of pure light and thought. But when that day arrives, will they yearn for the human warmth we possess today, the innocent bond felt when clasping another's hand? From the perspective of a Type 7 civilization, the architect of universes, that absolute consciousness intuits that all is truly composed of one immense thought. Matter, energy, time, space. These are illusions, playgrounds crafted by that vast mind. We are its tiny sparks, the universe's flesh and bone eyes striving to recognize itself. Enveloped in the Atacama's darkness, I drew an old compass from my pocket. Its needle pointed north, but my eyes were fixed upward. Beneath the quivering light arriving from billions of light-years away in that immense void, I pondered humanity's fate. We are either a flame destined to flicker out quietly in this silent forest, or the initial spark of a conflagration to illuminate the whole. Perhaps the gods await our arrival there. Perhaps the final rung on the ladder to Type 7 is not a technological discovery but that pure moment of empathy, realizing oneness with every particle in the universe. I turned my gaze to the stars once more. Now, fear had dissipated. The silence was not a threat but an invitation. Not yet ready, the universe whispers, but on the path. This journey is far more precious than its destination, for we are the words through which the universe narrates itself. And the story has only just begun. No matter how cold the soil beneath our feet, the inexhaustible flame of curiosity in our hearts is the sole fuel to propel us toward those highest stages, to an absolute understanding that even gods might envy. Humanity may be a minor actor on this grand cosmic stage, but we are the only one gazing at the ending with curiosity and daring to script it ourselves. Closing my eyes, I listened to the universe's hum. They were there. All of them were there. And one day, we shall be among them. Until then, every breath, every discovery, every act of love on this dust-laden planet will remain the unbroken thread linking us to that sublime future. The silence will shatter, for we shall never cease to speak.